Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the Vanilla Investor, bringing you simple finance at your fingertips. Doing well with money isn't about knowledge, but how you behave. And you know, behavior is hard to teach, even to brilliant people. Making money through investing, personal finance, or good decisions isn't taught in school. But as you venture into the world, you're bound to make financial decisions that will reflect later on whether it's right or wrong. When you make more money, you know it's right, while the other way makes it bad. To make you understand this better, award-winning author Morgan Housel wrote a book titled The Psychology of Money, which shared stories explaining how people think of money and showed you how to make better sense of one's financial aspect. Stick around as we explore the lessons learned in this essential book. Number 1. Make the right decisions to prevent the wrong ones. It would be best if you made the right decision. If you fail, you're automatically making the wrong one. Your experience with money will influence your decision. But you should know that this experience makes up 0.0001% of what happens worldwide. Its percentage may be high from your perspective, but it's undoubtedly low compared to the populace. Every decision people make with money is justified by implementing the information they have at the moment and adding it to their mentality of how the world works. We've mentioned that your money perspective may differ from many others. This statement is true because people from different backgrounds, parents, values, and areas will grow up with the way things are in the area they grew up in. Housel said in his book that you should be modest, prepared for strange events, and plan accordingly. You shouldn't only prepare for what is likely to happen and for what may happen along the way. Number 2. Luck and risk work together. Nothing is as good or bad as it seems. It is either more or less. Luck and risk are siblings, as they are both the reality that guides every outcome in life. Both words are so similar that you can't believe one without respecting the other. You and I are one person versus 7 billion plus others. So it isn't possible that 100% of your actions dictate 100% of your outcome. Whenever we are successful, we tend to attribute it to our skills and knowledge, while we attribute the whole thing to bad luck whenever we fail to achieve success. In reality, we're equally affected by the same amount of luck and skill, while some of us are significantly luckier than others. According to Housel, we should focus less on certain individuals and case studies and more on broad patterns. You should always take a risk because it succeeds over time, but you should be careful of ruinous risk because it will hinder you from taking additional risks that may pay off later on. Number 3. One should never be contented. Life is only fun with a sense of contentment. This contentment is realizing that the insatiable appetite for more will push you to regret. The most challenging financial skill is getting the might to stop moving when it's too much. In the book, Housel narrated a story about the billionaire hedge fund manager who invited people to his party. Kurt Vonnegut invited his friend Josh Heller to accompany him to the party. While they were there, Kurt told Heller that their host had made more money in a single day than Heller had ever made in his book. Heller was an author who wrote Catch-22. Instead of feeling bad, Heller responded that he had something their host lacked, and that's contentment. Every one of us can't be rich like that, but at the same time, some of us will have enough money to buy all that we need at a time. After that, it's okay. We stop. If we always want more, we will always need more. That's it. And it gets more dangerous when the taste of having more money, power, and prestige increases one's ambition faster than satisfaction. Number 4. Firstly getting rich, then staying wealthy. There is a difference between getting rich and being wealthy. One is short-term, while the other is as long as one is alive. Good investing isn't necessarily about making good decisions, but consistently not screwing them up. A small starting background can defy logic and produce results so extraordinary. There are many ways to get wealthy, but to keep being rich, you must be frugal and careful, as Warren Buffett says. The initial rule of being rich is not to lose money. You would have seen many people who make a lot of money but later on lose them. Keeping money is a different skill on its own. This act can be actualized by making money work for you. You can't just stack it in a house in order to keep it. Invest in it after making good business decisions. After getting money through various risks, you keep it by being scared of losing it. It requires knowledge that at least some of your success is attributable to luck, but past achievements don't mean you will continue being successful. It would help you if you stayed in business for a long time to earn massive returns. Most of Warren Buffett's success can be attributed to his time in business. Most of us chase significant returns early, which makes us lose everything. Instead, be patient, stay invested, and earn average wealth over time, which will later build your generational wealth. The trick is that you can play short-term and lose everything, while a long-term gives you the probability of seeing outstanding results. To me, staying wealthy is arguably much more complex than getting wealthy. Number 5. Freedom. The power to do what you want, how you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want is invaluable. It is the highest dividend money pays. The highest form of wealth is the power to wake up and say, today I can do whatever I want without fluffing. People aim for wealth because they think increasing it is a pivot to happiness. But happiness is a complicated subject because we're all different. However, one common contributor to happiness is the ability to control yourself. In his book, The Sense of Well-Being in America, Angus Campbell noted that a strong sense of controlling one's life is a predictor of positive well-being than any of the objective conditions of life we have considered. The most excellent value money can offer is to give you control of your time. Morgan shared a story of his interning at an investment bank. He loved this work very much and worked hard. But on the way, he realized doing something you love in a way you can't direct can feel the same as doing something you hate. Number 6. Man in a car paradox. Have you ever seen someone driving an exotic car and you said, "Oh, the guy driving this car is so cool"? Rarely will you say that, nor see someone saying that. What will come to your mind straight away is imagining yourself driving the car and what people will be thinking of you. Here's where the paradox lies. People tend to want wealth to show others they should be liked and admired. However, the reality is that those people that you want them to be admiring bypass your admiration, but use your wealth as a benchmark for them to be liked and respected also. Morgan explained it in another way to his newborn son, and so to you watching this video. He said, you might think you want a fancy watch, an expensive car, or a huge house, but that isn't it. You want respect and admiration from others, and think getting expensive stuff will bring it. The lesson here isn't to abandon the pursuit of wealth or exotic cars. They are good, but be aware that they don't get respect and admiration. What brings it is being humble, kind, and empathetic. Number 7. Save money. Avoid unnecessary spending. Spending to show people how wealthy you are is the quickest way to have less money. It's normal to judge wealth by what we see in front of us, the information we get, because we can't see people's bank accounts or brokerage statements. People fall into 3 groups in this world. Those who save, those who think they can save, and those who think they need to. Building wealth has little to do with your investment returns and a lot to do with how much you save. Investment returns can make you rich, but how long an investment strategy will work or whether markets will cooperate is always in doubt. With results unknown like this, personal savings and frugal spending are part of the money equation that is more in your control and have a 100% chance of being effective as they are today. If your view of building wealth will require more money or significant investment returns, you may become pessimistic in the long run. Wealth is just the amassed leftovers after you spend what you earn. And since you can increase your wealth without a high income and have no chance of building wealth without a high savings rate, it's clear which one matters most. Number 8. Be ready for surprises. The lesson derived from surprises is that the world is shocking. We should not use past surprises as a guide to future boundaries, but we should use them as proof that we have an idea of what may happen next. Having experienced some events doesn't make one knowledgeable of what will happen next. It may lead to overconfidence instead of planning. The most significant driver of anything tied to money is the stories around it, the way people tell themselves and their preferences for goods and services. These things are temporary and tend to change with culture and generation. Number 9. Make room for errors. In every plan, there must be an essential part and a room for any loophole in the project. The lesson on making room for error is that you acknowledge uncertainty, randomness, and unknown chances. The only way to deal with them is by expanding the gap between what you think will happen and what can happen. Morgan summarized Benjamin Graham's concept of margin of safety, that the purpose of the margin is to render forecasts unnecessary. Because precise forecasting is difficult, making room for error is the only effective way to safely navigate a world full of uncertainties and odds. The rigidity of forecasting is evident in card counters, because no one could know where a particular card lies in a shuffled deck. This act is similar to predicting when you will retire as a businessman. Number 10. Nothing is free. Everything has a price, but not everything comes with a price label. The key to many things that come with money is figuring out what that price is and being willing to pay it. However, many things don't come with an obvious price. You will know it once you've experienced it. Most items are more complex in practice than they are in theory. Sometimes this is because we need to be more confident, but more often it is because we need to be better at identifying the price of success. Like everything else, successful investing demands a price, but its currency isn't the dollar, euro, or cents. Its fear, doubt, volatility, and regret are easy to overlook until you deal with them in real time. The Psychology of Money is a highly rated book that meets its hype anytime. Be sure to read the original book, as I might not be able to cover everything in this video. What surprises me most is that there are only a few pieces of tactical investing advice in the book. It is filled with soft skills for building wealth. How do you plan on implementing all these lessons? Let's know your opinion in the comment below. Also, subscribe to the channel for more things investing and personal finance.